Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Wondrous Farming video. Today we'll be taking another look at the bombardment. To get here you'll want to head to Ice Crown, and it will be right here just before this gate, and it will say the bombardment if you mouse over it. This is a pretty good transmog farming location. The transmog you'll be getting here won't be worth necessarily a whole lot unless if you get lucky. You can get some weapons that are worth about 10k, and I have gotten a couple of those weapons and they have sold for me. I do play on Moonguard though, so that does have a big effect on why some of the transmog that I get sell for a bit. However, outside of the transmog, you do get quite a bit of frostweave cloth here as well, even if you aren't a tailor. So I do recommend that you do farm this on a tailor, but if you aren't, then it's not like you're going to be missing out on a whole lot. One big thing to mention about this location is the amount of greens that you get here. They drop pretty quickly. I've already picked up 3 within this recording, and I can average about 100 greens per hour by myself. Whenever I farm with other people, you can add about 20 greens on per extra person you have. So if you have 2 people, you'd get about 120 greens per hour. If you have 3 people, you'd have about 140 greens per hour, and so on. And that doesn't mean that you will get anything good. It still does depend on your luck and all of that. A lot of the transmog items that do sell, if you get any that sell, are typically your weapons. And if I can get one to drop, I can try to show you guys. They are pretty unique looking weapons too. For the most part, if you get one to drop, you might be able to tell if it's worth a bit, because they're pretty unique icons that I've personally not really seen around a whole lot, and I just kind of usually can guess whether or not it's an item that's worth quite a bit. The transmog aren't the only things that you can actually get here. In one of the hour sessions I was farming when I was first testing this location, I was able to get some kind of toy. I forget exactly what it was called. I do remember it, however, being like a world drop for Northern, and I wasn't really expecting it. I did look it up a little bit, and it's got a pretty low drop chance, and I was able to get it here. So this might not be too bad of a location. Another good thing about this spot is you do have a rare that spawns around this area, which he actually ended up spawning, which is kind of nice. The rares here also have some pretty decently good selling transmog, mostly because their respawn times. Unfortunately, this rare doesn't have a transmog that's worth anything. But for the most part, you get a ton of greens. Here is an item that I did get that sells. It's the Wolver helmet, and it's showing that it's selling for about 1.4k, which really isn't bad. Again, that does just depend. One thing that I do recommend that you guys do, which you can check out the video that I had created on it a while ago, I will leave that in the description below, but it's called the Bombardment Shuffle. What you do is you take your greens, you disenchant them, or you send them to a enchanter to disenchant them, and you send all of your frostweave cloth over to a tailor, have them craft those into bolts, and then from there you can use all of the infinite dust and the frostweave bolts to craft the imbued frostweave bolt, and then you can make the frostweave bags, which should sell for a decent amount of gold. This is something I did, and I was able to increase my profit by about 5k, which for this location itself and just doing material type farming, I can usually get about 20 to 30k per hour. If you want to include the transmog items that I get, I usually average anywhere from 70 to 100k, which really isn't that bad at all. That will be all, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.